Hey guys, welcome back to Corey Has Spoken. So what is this behind me right here? Well, it looks like that's Tyson Fury who just won his boxing match, and it looks like that's the UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou in the ring with him. We knew this was going to happen, right? And there's been all these rumors that the reason that Francis Ngannou would not re-sign his UFC contract was because of this right here, this possible super fight or this super boxing match with Tyson Fury. Now, here we see Tyson Fury inviting Francis Ngannou into the boxing ring to potentially promote this super fight between those guys, which is undoubtedly going to make more money than probably any boxing match in history, and certainly is going to make more money for Francis Ngannou than he has ever sniffed in his life. Now, right now, he's coming off of a knee surgery, but, in due time, given time, expect this to happen. And this here is the reason that Francis Ngannou has not re-signed with the UFC. Let's get real. Francis Ngannou would have to do about 20 fights with the UFC to make the amount of money that he could potentially make in this one boxing match with Tyson Fury. As far as who would win the fight, it hasn't even been made yet, so we're way too early to call that. But given what I just saw from Tyson Fury, and even as much of a destructive force that Francis Ngannou is, I have a hard time seeing him really be able to box with Tyson Fury. And obviously, Francis Ngannou has been overcoming the odds all of his life. So you definitely could never count that dude out. You could probably throw him in a hockey ring and he'd go in there and show out if he put his mind to getting good at hockey, now wouldn't he? So I'm going to show you the video real quick, and this is just kind of letting you know this is breaking news. This just happened a few minutes ago. I watched the Tyson Fury fight, and I was pretty surprised after that fight was over with to see him invite Francis Ngannou in the ring, but we know why he's doing it. But anyway, here's the video.
It was fantastic, but before we go, I want to bring in Francis Ngannou. Francis, come here, ESPN.
Is this your next fight?
I'm the boxing heavyweight champion, UFC heavyweight champion. He's in great shape. Look at the muscles on him.
And we're going to find out who is the baddest on the planet.
Good man, Francis.
Yeah.
We apologize for the language.
At the moment, so
I get a couple months, then I'll be right back on my feet.
We'll speak. He's a good-looking chubby, isn't he?
Will we see it in the octagon or will we see it in the ring?
Yeah, thank
Good
you.
job.
Octagon or ring?
Well, this is going to be a very special fight, like never before seen in the history of our sport. We're not talking two light guys, 140 pounds. I'm 170, he's 270 pounds, so it's going to be an explosive fight when it happens.
It's going to be a hybrid fight with different type of rules.
Yes.
MMA gloves in the ring, kind of like make something a little different.
Mike Tyson, Tyson Fury, and Francis Ngannou not one to mix it up. Here we go. We'll see what happens when they step into the ring, octagon, or whatever.
Yeah, so this is kind of breaking news. Just wanted to bring it to you guys. This is definitely coming down the pipeline. This is definitely why Francis Ngannou has refused to sign a new contract with the UFC. In my opinion, the UFC should stop trying to fight him on this, should jump on board, co-promote it, just like they did with Mayweather McGregor, make a killing off of it. The problem with doing that sort of thing is other guys, other UFC fighters kind of come out of the woodwork when you make a fight like this and say, well, what about me? Or what about this? And then the next thing Kamaru Usman wants to box Canelo, which he's already been talking about. So these guys from Africa have in their minds how they want to proceed with their UFC careers, and definitely part of that success on the horizon for Kamaru, for Francis Ngannou. I hadn't heard Izzy Adesanya talk a lot about it yet, but at least we know for the heavyweight champion and the welterweight champion that this is what's on the agenda for them. This super fight, this crossover boxing matches is what they're looking at, and I can't blame them, man. You have a short window of time that you're actually able to do what you do at the highest level. Hey, use your star while it's bright and get in there and do stuff like this. Make that generational wealth. So can't be mad at the guys, but this is breaking news. This just happened a few minutes ago. So I'm excited to see how all of this unfolds within the next several months. And I think Francis's contract is, I think it's up in December with the UFC. But of course, he's coming off of a knee surgery, so he's not going to be able to fight before then anyway, which at that point, he will officially be released from the UFC and a free agent able to do this. So pretty cool for him, man. I'll watch the fight. I'll watch the fight. Anything can happen. I have a hard time believing that Francis can really box with the likes of Tyson Fury, but hey, I mean, like I said, this guy's been overcoming odds ever since he was a young man, um, paddling across the ocean, for God's sakes, just to gain his own freedom. Um, Paddling across the ocean using his hands, might I add, to gain his very freedom and to be able to escape to Europe just so he could begin a life. And now look at him. Now look at him. He was a poor man coming from Africa to escape civil persecution, and now he's standing in the boxing ring with Tyson Fury after his sellout 90,000 live crowd at Wembley Stadium in London. I mean, come on, man. The guy's right where he needs to be, and I see this fight happening. But anyway, I wanted to bring it to you guys. I appreciate you watching the channel. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Peace.